right, guys, welcome back to another episode of the Timeout podcast with Ollie and Vince.
Yo.
We're back as promised. So today we are gonna talk a little bit about the NFL, but not in the way we wanted to. It's a sad hanging on the Saturday. So I want to start by saying, by sending my condolences to the family of Marshawn Kneeland, 24, 24-year-old cowboy that appears to have taken his own life. Um, it's always sad when you hear those things. And I will start by saying that mental health is important, people. Like we are Haitian men. We grew up by listening to older Haitian men telling us a bunch of things. And so example like men don't cry, tough it off. Like, mental health is important. People like take care of your mental, take care, do do whatever you think helps to unwind after a long day. Take a breather, take a minute, sleep, play video games, listen to music, whatever you think helps. Just take care of your mental health.
Yeah, my condolences as well. It's we are, the sun is setting at 4 p.m. in some places. Like up here for us. So like that
Oh,
plays a
dog.
role into it. So it's seasonal depression is a very very real thing.
Mm-hmm. And
Because
I can piggyback on what Ollie's saying to say that I am somebody that gets seasonal depression because
hmm
I, especially when I go in office, I leave my house, it's dark. I leave my office, it's dark. So to me, it's like I spend the whole day in an office pushing paper. So it gets to me. So that's why I was a little bit happy when I heard that they say they were not gonna change the time, but unfortunately they did change it. So yeah, I am somebody that deals with that. So I do find ways to make it better. But like I said, it's real. It's a real thing, guys. So take care of your mental.
yep, take care of your mental and talk to somebody if you just talk to somebody. You know what I'm saying? And
Mhm.
more listen to yourself, but more importantly,
Mhm.
listen to yourself and have
Y-
that good structure. And if you don't have that good structure, look for it. You know what I'm
Your
saying?
your body will be the first to tell you something is not
hmm
right.
hmm hmm So yeah, no.
Yeah. So NBA, bro. Should we be worried about the Pacers, like the way things are going? Wow, like
Nope,
you sure?
nothing. I'm positive. There's nothing.
When is Halliburton coming back?
I'm not looking forward to him coming back. I wouldn't rush him to come back at all either. Like, what are you fighting for?
So just let them be.
Let him
If it's
be.
if it's a losing season, even
It's a
if they
losing
were
season.
in the finals, um, don't matter.
Cause the makeup of the team is like they lost Turner, Tyrese is out. Like, there's just too many. And this is a team like the Pacers isn't like a team like the Lakers where they're built in a way where they can play well without certain guys, or even better, a team like the Thunder. They're not like the Thunder where they're built in a way where you can have key guys be missing and then have the depth make up for whatever it is that you lost. When during that finals run, the Pacers was a team that maximized all the talent that they had on their roster. Everybody played a key important role in them making it to the finals and making certain comebacks in certain games. And it's all started with Tyrese and then trickled down to every other person playing their role and kind of feeding off of him and doing that. So you
Hmm.
not having Tyrese and then losing, even though he played terrible in the finals, and you could argue he had an up and down playoffs. You losing Turner, it's gonna affect the makeup of your team. It's gonna affect the structure of your team. and this is something like an Achilles. I understand he's dunking the basketball now and he's more mobile now, but I'm not expecting Tyrese to be back the way all these other players are kind of like almost treating it like a sprained ankle where they're coming back super quick after an Achilles tear. To me, it's like, what's the point? There, if anything, this is an opportunity. Like I always say this: if you're in a struggling season or you have a season where you don't have any expectations, those are the best seasons where you, as a coach, you can kind of plug and play and see what works, and you can kind of just if you're not sure about a certain player on the roster, you throw him into the fire. You see what he's made of. If you feel like a player um, should be given a little more opportunity. Same thing. You put him in that situation and you see what that nets for you. And if you're the GM of a certain team with aspirations to be back to the finals, you use this as a year to really evaluate what your team is missing. Because it's easy for you to be like to it's easy for you to miss what's not right with your team when things are going well because winning solves everything. But in a
Mhm.
season like this, where it's all going wrong and you can't put together wins on a consistent basis at all, this is where you see the holes for what they are, and then it's your job now in the offseason to solve it, to make changes, to improve the team. Now that you kind of see what the team is like with the makeup off, and the makeup was Tyrese Halliburton. So now you see
Yeah.
what it's like, and you see what you got to do. So
Yeah.
I'm not
It,
worried. I'm not surprised. That's what happens when.
I mean, it looks like it's gonna be a losing season. Like you said, I would push for Tyrese to come back, and I mean, I will probably like start shaping and putting together trade packages to kind of make a push next year. It's still early. It is still early. We don't know what might unfold, but the way things are going, it's not good. But on the other side, another team with a yellow jersey, it's doing really good without one of their star player, and even when all three of them are out, they are winning games. So how do you feel about JJ's Lakers?
Man,
I,
I
I
didn't
I mean,
expect this.
I'll tell you this though. I did not expect this from JJ.
I didn't expect this at all. I thought the Lakers were gonna be a team. I can't even be like, oh, this is because they have an easy schedule. They've beaten some really, really good teams
Oh, we
during the
we we beaten
stretch.
the we won the Spurs. We won
Yeah, you
against
beat
the
the Spurs.
Spurs
Yeah,
without LeBron and Reeves.
yeah, and Luca went crazy. So it's a
The
and
thing is,
this might be a hot take, but I like what I'm seeing from the Lakers because again, still early in the season, so things could turn
mhm,
around in the
mhm,
opposite direction. But as of right now, I feel like they have a good collection of good mixture of young players and veterans, like same way that they did. I can't even say in their championship year because they had more vets in their championship year, but it's the same way like other teams have, where you just have a good collection of talent. Because if the team that wins the NBA championship more often than not is the team that has talent, but that goes deep into their bench with that talent, where you can kind of make up for a star's bad night, or you can kind of make up for an injury because everybody's capable, especially if they're playing in a system that maximizes their capabilities, which is what we've been seeing from them, which is why it's so unexpected because Reeves has a big night, but he's the third option. So you're surprised he has a big night, but you're like, oh, he's improving, and like it's
mhm.
expected but not expected. You know what I'm saying?
But you know what I like better?
Hmm.
It's like the game where none of those guys were playing. There was no Reeves. There was
No Reeves, there was no
no
Luca,
Luca.
no LeBron.
Obviously, Don wasn't playing, and Rui comes and put up 28. That
Yeah,
kid, that is that they have on
they
the
signed
table.
they signed him. They signed him in the offseason for like
Yeah, number
barely
20, Smith
anything.
Jr. He puts up 20.
Yeah.
And what I like seeing the most about the Lakers is their mentality.
Hmm.
They are playing with a fearless mentality. Because, bro, I'm Bronny jumped in front of Wemby.
in front of Wemby of all people. He jumped. He used every inch of his vertical leap to see if he could get a block on Wemby.
So it's like, yo, at this moment, it's all defense. I'm not thinking about I'm gonna be on the highlight reel. So it's funny after that, everybody's saying, oh, Wemby caught a body, he dunked over Bronny. But nobody saw that the kid switched to go jump in front of Wemby. He could have easily let that play because we know that was a dunk. Because he wasn't on defense. He switched to
Mm-hmm.
come. So I like seeing that defensive part, like that dog mentality. And I think that is brought on by not only JJ, but adding Marcus Smart on a roster, it will bring that to you. And everybody, like you seeing Vendo after 50 years of not playing, he's he's playing is playing like he missed it, like he really wants it. You're seeing Jackson Hayes showing people why they resign him. So I don't know, man. Like we're saying, it's early in the season, but I have a good feeling about this Lakers team. I think this Lakers team.
It's very early. Like it's early to the point where that's why I like a lot of people don't like when you get to like the middle part of the season where it gets
Oh,
kind of
that's where
slow. I love that part of the season because
that's
I
where the
get to
stories
see.
get told.
That's where I get to see like who's who for real. Like I
Who
get
was it faking it?
yeah, because you know through
So talking about the Lakers stuff, when what do you think will happen when LeBron comes back? Because we've seen a lot of debate going on social media. I sent you a couple of them, which I agree with as a LeBron fan. Do you think LeBron coming back is going to, for lack of a better term, fuck up the team? Or do you think LeBron coming back, LeBron should consider coming off the bench? Or do you, to push it even further and use Mr. Pierce's word, should the Lakers trade LeBron?
Um, I'm gonna say no for all three because you're adding somebody with incredible IQ who is gonna be an extension of your coach on the floor, quite literally. Um, and you're talking about a player who his knowledge of not only your team but the opposing team can only be a benefit to the team, especially with at the way that they're playing. I think ultimately it'll have to depend on the guys who when it's their time to step up when somebody gets hurt or when somebody's just not playing up to par. It's the challenge is going to be for those guys. They have it the hardest because they have to adjust to the stars around them because they're not stars. So like a Rui Hachimura, just because he's capable of dropping 28, it doesn't mean he's going to get those looks, but he has to stay ready like he's going to get those looks. And that goes for every single other player not named Austin Reeves, not named Luka Doncic, not named LeBron.
Oh, that white kid, that other white boy kid, Jake LaRavia.
Same for him.
Same for him.
Same for
Mhm.
him. Even
He's
more
a
so for him. But the thing
he's a
that
dog
that's
though.
going to
He's
work
a
in his
dog.
favor. He's a dog, but he's efficient. That's going to work wonders in his favor because if he's that efficient and is that efficient moving without the basketball, if LeBron comes back, I would expect him to get more minutes or be included, be on the same floor while LeBron's there, because that's the type of player that
LeBron can
is
play with.
that LeBron can play with. Because while he's manipulating the opposing team's defense, he's gonna he's gonna require certain type of players that can take the defense with them and draw them away from him,
Mhm.
so he could just make plays and see the floor in a different way. So I don't see him messing up the team
Mhm.
just because this is a player for how many seasons now has been trying to basically take a lesser role, not be the main not be the main source for your team because he's getting
I
older at age 40. That doesn't mean he's a scrub. He's still going to get his like 20, 22, 23, 24.
I
because that's the
agree.
mode
I
he
agree
wants
with
to be
you.
in.
But hold on. I agree with you. But yeah, he's been trying to take a lesser role, but nobody has been willing to give him that lesser role. One thing I see though, Luca is gonna give him that lesser role because look how
Luka's
what his
taking it.
touches.
Yeah,
Luca is
and they're okay with that. He's okay with that.
exactly,
That's why I'm
exactly.
like, I
So
don't see
now,
it messing up nothing.
no,
That
but
I
this is the first time we're gonna see a full season with them. We did not get to see a full season last season because the trade
yeah,
happened practically like at the eve of the playoffs.
yeah.
Now we're gonna see a full season. And remember, you had that take on the podcast where you said that Austin Reeves disappeared in the playoff. And I don't think that it was much so like he disappeared. I think it was more so like he did not know where he fits between Luka, LeBron, and all of them.
He's the third
So
option. His
yeah,
role, I feel like his role didn't change because when it was AD and LeBron, he was still the third option.
yeah, but now you have for you can say you have like three guards on a team. He knew he was the third option, but AD was a big. Now it's like him, look at LeBron, are like kind of practically three guards, even though LeBron is not a guard, but he plays like a guard in a sense. So it's like he's gonna have the ball less, and you're not gonna get hot from the three or get hot every night. You see what I mean? Because sometimes he has to be like that catch and shoot type of player that you're not gonna, it's not every night that you're gonna get hot.
I don't know. I don't see him being that catch and shoot type of guy compared to
You
all
think
the
he's gonna
other.
get, you think with Braun and Luca on the team is gonna get all those touches that he's getting right
I
now?
I think so from this standpoint. When Luca was playing after the trade, LeBron reverted to doing something that he had not really done since Miami, and that was cutting to the basket and playing off ball on offense. And then that allowed him to conserve his energy so that he could be a factor on the defensive end because as good of a defensive player he's been throughout his career, the older he's gotten, he's taken plays on defense, he's taken plays off because he's exerting so much doing both.
Mhm.
So when you have a Luca who can run the offense and your LeBron is kind of playing that in between role where he can be ball dominant and be an off ball threat for your offense, you still need that second playmaker, which is why the team kept going back to people like D'Angelo Russell. They kept going back to Dennis Schroeder, and they kept looking for those type of guys who could be a secondary playmaker on top of their main star players for their team. That role is the role that Austin Reeves has to step into, and
Mhm.
ultimately that's the role that if he had not stepped into that role successfully, the Lakers were going to keep adding guys to the roster who could make plays off the dribble, who could make plays for themselves, and who could make plays for other people on the team. Because that's ultimately what you're looking for if you put a player like D'Angelo Russell on your team. Doesn't mean he's good at that at this stage
Mhm.
in his career, but ultimately that's his role, and that's what you get him for. That's what you get a Dennis Schroeder for. You're talking about a guy who's a guard, ball dominant, and will make stuff happen around him, muddy the water, and make plays for himself and your teammates. So I don't really see Austin Reeves' role changing other than it being like even when it was him and Anthony Davis, when it was LeBron, they didn't have a Luca. Like that's why I'm like them having Luca fixes a huge part of their problems because Luca's that great of a playmaker, but they still needed that second playmaker. In their championship on their championship run, I'd say that team was more cohesive for them having like just two people and Austin Reeves just not fully having a role yet as being the main the secondary playmaker really because they had a lot of shooters. They were bigger. They had like more presence in the paint with JaVale McGee and Dwight Howard. They got DeAndre Ayton now, but they're not as big as they were when they won the championship. So now you
Mhm.
need to lean more into that need for a playmaker, which is Austin Reeves. My issue with Austin Reeves is when I said that he underperformed in the playoffs and he kind of disappeared in those
He did.
playoffs is I saw the physicality, especially in the Minnesota series, the physicality was wearing on him.
Hmm.
When you put a great defender like Jaden McDaniels on a player like that, defensive players come playoff time get away with more physically. So if you're tired, if you're gassed, and you're already supposed to be a playmaker capable of making plays for yourself, it's only natural that you're going to struggle. But to whom much is given, much is expected. So we can't. They're paying you all this money.
Hmm. Hmm.
They know what they're paying you this money for. Your expectation is to be a the ultimate supporting role to the two stars of the team, and ultimately be that third playmaker. And if I look back at LeBron's career too, it's not like a lot of times. I'll say this: this is the first time in his career where I feel like the third option is occupying that playmaker role. Because in Cleveland, the third option was a big. It was Kevin Love.
Yeah,
It
Kevin
was a
Love, and
stretch
in
big. In
Miami, it
Miami, it was
was
Chris Bosh,
Bosch. Yeah.
another stretch big who could
Hmm.
just move the center out the way so that it could open up the driving lane and make things happen. Now you have another on ball playmaker who who could kind of do both things. When let's say Luka gets two quick fouls, you give Austin Reeves the ball. Let Austin Reeves create for himself and create for others. You
Hmm.
know what I'm saying? Or because he is a capable 3-point shooter, he's a good 3-point shooter. He could also like have options for him off ball and do all these things. And another thing, I feel like JJ really likes Austin Reeves because he sees a little bit of himself in Austin Reeves.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
he sees a little bit of
And I
Duke
think
Jr.
it's the same thing with Jake LaRavia too.
Yeah, like he sees a little bit of like himself where he was, and this is before he came into the NBA and became like one of the league's best 3-point shooters. But it was like
Hmm.
in college, JJ was more on ball, where he could make plays for himself, and he was a prolific shooter. In college, Austin Reeves was a prolific shooter,
Hmm.
like on ball. His game didn't. I wouldn't say his game changed us when he got to the league, but you're finding these guys that I don't know. I just feel like JJ sees himself in them, and it's easy for JJ to be like, "These are the plays I ran for myself in my career, so
Hmm.
these are the plays that we're gonna run for you because I see skills in you that I
That
have
is
that
similar,
we
yeah.
can."
And I think that JJ has a lot of, because when you look at the roster, there are a lot of, like the depth, it's more guards
Yeah,
than
more guard heavy.
bigs. Yeah, it's really guard heavy. And those guards actually, they are fearless. Because that kid that they got on a two-way contract, bro, that kid is balling like he's gonna. I mean, uh, if it was like a league where they were not signing player and waiving them after 3 hours, I would say he's gonna get picked up next year by a team.
I mean, they keep passing Matt McClung around like he's the flu, bro.
Oh, he came out and say he's not a prostitute.
It's ridiculous. Like and it's not like he's playing bad either. Because and I know we're
This
switching
this
things
is
up a
crazy,
little bit,
bro.
but I felt like the Pacers was going to be such a good situation for him because of TJ McConnell. Because TJ McConnell is like, when we talk about like utility role players, tough guys, hard, like just solid role player. TJ McConnell is like at the top of the list, and this is an undersized guard who can't shoot the three. And
Mhm.
you have Matt McClung, who's more athletic than him. You could argue a better shooter than him, and if you could just have him just learn from TJ McConnell, like the defensive intensity, just the like how much of a pest TJ McConnell could be. If you just applied that to a Matt McClung, he would have a role he would easily have a job in the league somewhere. He could have stayed in Indiana and just carved out that role for himself, taking over that position for himself, even though they were struggling. And so them waiving him, I didn't understand because
Well,
I don't know. It's just like
listen,
as
bro,
long as the player is young
there's a
in the
lot of
league, they
things.
have an opportunity to learn, and they refuse to give some of these guys the opportunity to be on a roster and to grow their game and learn, and
So
that's
that's not like
frustrating.
that's not what they are looking for. They are looking for ready, like plug and play type of player, ready to be
You're not in
put
a
out
position to
coordinated.
even be playing that level of basketball anymore.
Yeah, but
This is for
well,
Indiana.
they will tell you everybody right now is a contender, even though they are saying that some teams are out of playoff contention, which I don't
It's too
understand because
early. It's too early to
exactly
say that.
it's very way too early. But for example, Portland looked like they were actually a good team.
And that's what I've been screaming all the time when I was on my Fire Chauncey Billups campaign for the last 2 seasons. Because I was like, they have too because they had Anthony, and this is I've been screaming this since they had Anthony Simons, and I was like, man, the team they have talented people on the team. I like Denny Avdia as a player. I like I don't understand. Like they're obviously they're not good, but there's no way they're this
Hey,
bad,
listen, man, they look like they were actually a good team. Okay,
man.
they
And
are
I want
being
to give
held
a
back
big
by a
shout out.
certain someone.
You know who's coaching them now? Tiago Splitter is coaching them.
Yeah, yeah.
We're old, my
I've saw that.
boy.
And they
Tiago,
winning
and
games.
they're winning.
Hey, they whoop my ass. Huh?
Not even that, but like he's making the right rotations and everything. Even the guys are playing better. Like they're playing harder. I don't know what man. They put up 133 in a game, and I'm just like,
I, I think the guys are trying to tell the FBI to lock up
don't
Billups.
investigate me. Don't invest. I'm one of the good ones. I hoop for real. I hoop. I hoop.
Yo, this is
But
crazy
but,
enough.
but no, this is like remember the last podcast? This is why I was like on an not even Chauncey Billups, but for the organization on an organizational level. This is
Mhm.
like this is damning because what were you doing the past 2 seasons? You have to be a part of that investigation too, because there's no way you're managing a team and you allow this to happen, knowing the level of talent you have. And
So this is where they are investigating Adam Silver.
they could invest it. Look, they're not gonna do nothing to Adam Silver, man. We came in a league where like you don't think David Stern wasn't threatened with investigations. David Stern was a mafia boss in the NBA. This is nothing to me.
So I mean, you take Silver knew what was going on under his nose.
Absolutely, without a shadow of a doubt. The shadow of doubt had a shadow. Are you kidding me? He was involved. He was involved. He was involved. The second he looked at Terry's footage and he was like, "Yeah, Terry's cleared to go. We saw nothing." I was like, "Man, he, the fix is in." You know what I'm saying? And rightfully so, because this is last year all day at work. I kept talking about the script. You know,
Mhm.
for
Yeah,
the
yeah,
people
we had that in the podcast
who heard
too,
that
where the
joke,
script
the
was
script,
slower,
like this is it. It didn't start with him, but
but
we will
they
be.
kind of something happened to the script though because they wanted the Minnesota they wanted Minnesota versus New York in the
And it didn't
finals.
happen. All right, it didn't happen. Thank God.
Something happened to the script. One of the script
Man,
writers fucked up.
man, the script is ever changing. That's what happened. You know, the plot twist. That's what happened.
Yeah, yeah.
So he's to me, he's involved. Even if he isn't like like a ringleader or something like that. But
Mhm.
him being involved could easily be something like him being told to look the other way. You know what I'm saying? Or like, don't pay close attention to what's going on here because of the
Well,
money
listen,
that it could bring to the league.
anything that has like politics involved in it, there's always some a hierarchy, if you want to call it that. There's always a group of people that makes decisions. Anything that have a certain level of money involved in it, there's always a group of people like the puppet master. They make decisions. So there's
I don't think he's a
there
puppet
was
master.
hmm?
I don't think he's a puppet master.
No, that
I
he's
believe
a
he's involved.
puppet. He's not a puppet master. He's
No.
a puppet.
Yeah.
There's definitely somebody that told him to look the other way.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I'm
Probably
pretty sure.
the mafia people. I don't know. But again, I don't know how deep this goes. I just know
Well,
that it goes somewhere.
listen, I don't know. I'm big on watching certain type of shows. I'm like I watch damn I'm missing the name. Snowfall. You know, sometimes the people that are persecuting you, they are the one controlling everything going on.
That's true. I mean, that he makes a great
Mm.
point. But at the end of the day, I don't know. So I can't
Yeah,
really.
yeah.
I just know that
We will never know. Bro. We will
as
never know unless
as
somebody,
commission
huh?
as commissioner, I just know that he knows more than he's telling,
Oh yeah, for a fact, for a
and he
fact. I,
sucks at lying. That's what I
Da-
know.
David Stern was better.
David Stern was better. David Stern will look you dead in your face. You ask him if the ocean is blue, he gonna tell you no, dead in your face.
And he will
And there's
make you
nothing.
believe that.
David Stern comes from the Pat Riley tree, just pure intimidation. What he says, go if he says up is down, up is down.
How is
You
that?
just gotta deal with it.
Hey, how is now?
I've never gotten that same vibe from Adam Silver. Which was
Well,
it was refreshing though when Adam Silver first took over as commissioner. It was refreshing because he was painted as a guy that was going to take the league to new heights and like be innovative and make all these different changes. Which, to his credit, he did. But like from an authority point of view,
I don't know, man. I think sometimes people respect you or like give you the respect you deserve based on the way you look sometimes or the
man,
way you
David
carry
Stern was handing
yourself.
out suspension. You remember the player suspensions that David Stern was handing out?
Yeah.
Like,
But yo, in the East though, Chicago and Giddey, man. Are they a threat?
I don't know. I don't
Too
know.
early?
I
Too
look.
early to tell?
One of my good friends, man. He's a crazy Chicago fan. I don't want to give him the satisfaction of being like, yeah, the team's good. No, I'm not believing. His Chicago specifically. When I said that, I wait until the slow part of the season so I could see what teams are really like. Chicago's top of the list of teams. Where
Nowadays.
I gotta see it. I will let them. I will let them have their fun. You know what I'm saying? I'm a
But I
watch,
mean, hey, talking about teams that are looking good right now, they are looking fabulous.
man. They look. I gotta see it for real. I gotta see it.
Because so I mean, Giddey is a player that I always liked, even on his OKC days. He's a player that I used to make trade for in 2K. I'm
Yeah,
just hoping that he can keep this form, but
I
they look good.
like
Now,
this playmaker. I didn't like much of anything else, to be honest.
right now he's playing like an all-star. If he keeps this up, he's gonna
Yeah,
be an all-star.
he's definitely playing like an all star for sure. But I will. But he works on his game. You can tell he works on his game.
Of course,
You can tell
of
he,
course.
but like you can tell because especially because there's this NBA trader that I follow on Instagram. He trains Zach Levine, trains a couple of guys.
Mm-hmm.
Giddey was one of them,
Who was
and
that little shooter?
no J Law.
Oh, Jordan.
J Law on Instagram. He trains a bunch of NBA talent and all this other stuff at his gym. And Giddey was one of those guys for sure. Always in the gym, always working on his jump shot specifically. Even though it looked awkward, it worked for him. And I
Mm-hmm.
guess we're seeing it here. If he can stay consistent. And another thing too, the thing that helped Giddey improve to this point is Lonzo not being on the team anymore.
That's what I was gonna say. That's what I was gonna say. I was gonna tell you, Lonzo signing with the um with the Cavs worked on his favor.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
That's one less play. That's one less ball dominant guard on the team.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not to say that they still don't have like guards who could really like demand attention from the ball because they still have like a Kobe White and there's still guys who on their night could take the ball away from Giddey a little bit. But that being said, Giddey's got the keys. Damn, as a
No,
playmaker,
no.
Giddey has the keys to just
Mm-hmm.
orchestrate and do whatever he wants out there, which
This is his
which
thing
is
now.
his game. which is his game. So it's unlocked something for. Oh, but that brings me to a question, right? Knowing that, like, when Lonzo was injured and Giddey was on the team, and this is back when they had like the DeMar days and everything like that, should they have given him the ball like this sooner? You know what I'm saying? Because he's occupying the same role that Lonzo occupied before Lonzo got hurt. Because Lonzo was on a tear. Lonzo was even better than Giddey defensively. Lonzo was like the perfect player for that to work.
Mm-hmm.
They don't obviously they don't have those three players I mentioned anymore. But back when they did, should they just been like, Josh, here you go, like, just
It
do
wasn't
it.
gonna be easy to tell him here we go because the three names that you mentioned were Lonzo Ball, DeMar, and Zach. Giving Giddey the ball with those guys on the team was not gonna be easy for not only the coach but the organization because you had to get your money worth from these other three before you give Giddey the ball.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Fair enough. Fair enough. And he did get paid this summer too. I'm glad you
Mm-hmm.
said that because he did. He got paid. He got paid this summer. So I mean, I'm gonna have to wait. I don't believe in it. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. All right.
We'll
If I'm
see.
wrong, I'm wrong. I don't
We'll see.
believe.
I
I
mean,
don't. I don't believe in it.
it's still too early in the season for me to
I don't
call
believe in
player
them. But
playoff
and
spot for teams.
trajectory wise, I will say that their comparison for me, like team wise, is not the Memphis Grizzlies. No, not them. Not them.
Last year's Pistons.
Not even. Not even.
Ooh.
The Indiana Pacers before their championship run, like the season before their championship run,
Mm.
when they were fighting in the NBA Cup versus Milwaukee. That's what Chicago reminds me of right now. They're not like NBA championship run levels of team chemistry and talent, but they're like the season before that.
Okay. Okay.
That's why I'm like, I don't know, but I don't believe in it. I gotta see it. I gotta see it.
Okay. So now we're moving into soccer. I heard you have some words for CR7.
I do. I do. I want to pose a question to the fans of Real Madrid.
Real Madrid. Why?
Yes,
It's not a Real Madrid
that's
player
forever your
anymore.
guy. That's forever y'all guy. I don't care what you guys say. That's
Unless,
forever.
sir, it's no longer
No. That's forever y'all's guy.
it's no longer part
No,
of Madrid.
no. Papi te coque. Papi te
Go
coque.
ahead, ask your question.
No. How do you guys do it? How do you how do you defend
Defend what?
how do you defend that ego? How do you do it? If you don't know, ladies and gentlemen, Cristiano Penaldo went on the air
Oh,
with
we're
with
taking shots now.
with Pierce Morgan. He went on the air with Pierce Morgan, and it was nothing short of a glazing fest. It was just nothing short of Pierce Morgan just stroking that man's ego. Pause. Just for the
Interview.
entire interview. Cristiano brings Messi up unprovoked and then disrespects the sacred competition that is the World Cup. Now the
Okay.
World Cup is 6 or 7 games. I am
Give
tired of the hypocrisy of this man.
no,
Year
hold on.
after year 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 after year.
Timeout. You need to give the fans more context because You not everybody have that had that time to watch that interview. I'm gonna be honest,
Man,
I did not watch the interview.
in the interview, this is
Give
basically
context.
an interview in reflection of Cristiano's career. You know what I'm saying? Because at this point in his career, he's got one foot out the door. We can be honest. You know, he's a great player. Is that there?
Hey,
He's got
I've been calling for him to be on the bench in Portugal for the longest.
man. We'll get to that. He. They're talking about his legacy and this, that, and third, and the World Cup is brought up.
Hmm.
Why, you ask? Obviously, because as
Messi won the World Cup.
decorated as he is, this is one aspect of his career that has a hole missing. You
Yes, he
know,
did not win any World Cup.
he did not win any World Cup, and he is reaching the end of his career. So they ask him, you know, and then he says, you know, the World Cup, all the things he's done in his career, it's not gonna really is not winning a tournament with 6 or 7 games gonna define my career for me, like all the things I've done. And obviously, I'm paraphrasing. And then Macaca Valet, and he brought Messi's name into it. It didn't have to. He
Mhm.
didn't have to. He was like, Argentina won before Messi. So that World Cup, it didn't mean as much when he won it because that was already a successful team, a successful club with successful history. He was like, if Portugal was to win the World Cup, it would shake the world up. It would do all these things.
But okay,
He's
I
right,
mean,
of course. But that's not the point. Why do you
what I'm
have
gonna
to
say though,
diminish?
what I'm gonna say is when we're talking about ego, like yeah, he went on a crazy his ego, yeah. Cristiano's ego is pretty big.
That's
We
why.
can, yeah, he's gigantic. But what I'm gonna tell him though, Argentina won the World Cup, but no Argentina team has had won the World Cup without Messi. And Messi took a joke away from me. That's how good Messi is. Because my joke used to be to tell those Argentina fans that you guys have never been champion on HD. When you were champion, there was no HD TV. There were no flat screen. Like
Mhm, mhm,
no, they show you like a go what.
mhm,
So
mhm.
Messi now people can come back to me and use my own joke against me now and say last time Brazil was champion, there were no streaming services. so, so to be honest, I'm not gonna take that away from Messi. Messi, yo, the just the emotional journey of winning that World Cup makes me give Messi like tip my hat to Messi because this is a guy who left after a World Cup who said that he was not gonna play for the national team anymore because everybody was saying he's a fluke, he's just a club player, he's not good. People were calling him like the same thing they're doing for Vinicius. It's you only play good when you're in Barcelona. It's only Xavi and Iniesta that makes you like you are not the best player. Like people were shooting. Like this guy had a mental breakdown and said that I'm no longer putting those colors on me. I'm done with Argentina. And to come back and win a World Cup with that team, bro, now I'm not gonna take that away from the guy. Like this was one major accomplishment. And not
But
only he win a World Cup, he took Argentina. It's like they were on a for the people that like wrestling. When Matt Hardy and Jeff Hardy went to TNA, they were in something called Expedition of Gold, where they were chasing all those tag teams all over. So Argentina went on an Expedition of Gold. They won a Copa America before, and then they went to win the World Cup. So it's like him giving everybody that was saying he couldn't do shit with Argentina the middle finger. Because he went and won everything they say he could not win. So I'm not gonna say that didn't mean anything. Come on.
your boy, Patnell,
Again, sir, he's no longer a Madrid.
Patnell, your boy went
I
on the
mean,
air,
let me tell
opened
you.
his big fat mouth with his gelled hair and said it was only 6 to 7 games. And people,
Hey,
I want you to understand, I'm mad at the hypocrisy because 5 years prior in 2020, oh, he said the World Cup was a dream for him. He said he wanted to achieve this thing, and he raved about the World Cup. You want to know why? Messi wasn't winning the World Cups then 5 years ago.
No, Messi had no international title.
No
And he
international
had
title yet.
Cristiano had a Euro. He
And
had won a
suddenly,
Euro
and
with Portugal.
suddenly, and then the World Cup was important. He did the same thing when it came to the Golden Boots. He did the same thing when it came to the Ballon d'Or. If he's not involved, it's not important. If he's not the clear cut favorite, it's not important. That is
Okay.
that is out of all the type of athletes to play any sport, that quality is the quality that I detest the most because that's not even. He said it is harder to score in the Saudi Arabian League than it is to score in the freaking Premier League.
He's harder to score
Your
where?
boy, your
Oh,
boy.
actually, listen. It might be harder due to climate and everything, but
No,
it's
they
not
gave him
harder
a
because of. I know
penalty.
it's not harder because of player talent.
Nah,
That I know for a fact.
nah. The freaking last game Aldisir played, they gave that man a penalty and they extended the game after the 103rd minute. They added 6 minutes of extra time. They added
I don't watch the Saudian league, so I cannot
done.
tell you.
The coach of the opposite team said they might as well not even play the rest of the games if the league is already preparing the games for Cristiano to reach the 1,000 goal scoring record. Now the Saudi Arabian league is a top league and deserves the same quality of attention as the Premier League because it's harder to score. He wasn't saying that when he wasn't in the Saudi league. I can tell you that much. That's
But
my
I
problem
mean,
with him.
I can
That's
tell
my
you,
problem with him.
I know it's not harder than the Premier League. That I know for a fact. But I can tell you, he has gotten better.
No, I'm not disputing that, but I just hate the. You do not have to bring something down in order to bring something up or in order to shine light on something else. And that has been when these two players retire. That will, when I say two players, I'm talking about Messi and Ronaldo. When these two players retire, that trait of Ronaldo's personality tied to his ego will be the defining trait of his career because he's done it so many times. The footage is alarming. Where it's just like, how can you? Your ego will take you far in life, yes, but a lack of humility will do so much damage to your legacy. It's not even funny. The only player I've seen remotely get away with it is Zlatan Ibrahimovic, where his ego is like up here through the roof. And even at
No, but
times,
Zlatan, the reason why he got away with it is because a lot of people don't take what he's saying seriously.
seriously. But you have a guy like but no, your boy, don't put. You know what I'm saying? He, he opens his mouth and it's just like, now the World Cup is 6 to 7 games. You know what the World Cup means for nations who qualify for the first time this year for it? You know what it means and it's just like,
And hey, we will gladly we're fighting this week to go play those 6 or 7 days.
exactly. But then on another note, for all the things that you've done for Portugal, for you to just diminish, like, yeah, Euro Cup, and this is like you're including Euro Cups and everything, for you to diminish the ultimate competition, the World Cup, for you to diminish that after everything you've done for your club, it's no wonder why people in your own national team are not playing for you anymore. It's no wonder why the coaching staff is
Nobody
okay
he
to
needs to
get
be on the
fired,
bench.
to bench you. It's okay. Like, it's okay. It makes sense that people on your national team do not revere you the same way you think of yourself anymore because you do not have the humility that comes with time and the grace that comes with it because of how big you've allowed your ego to be. And
That's why
all
he's not
that,
gonna be on the bench, and that's gonna hurt Portugal. Cristiano could have had a World Cup in his palmarès, just
his,
gotta be on the bench.
his ego
But the
wouldn't
fact
allow
that
that.
he's not gonna be the player that, the naysayers are gonna say like, okay, yeah, you were on the bench, you didn't do much when Messi was winning it. So it's not gonna, I mean,
Cause it's just like and him even bringing up Messi when Messi wasn't brought up was like the ultimate. Yeah, this guy like obviously I'm trying to be better than this guy. It was like the ultimate. And what's Messi doing? Messi's over here scoring goals at Inter Miami, living his best life, not worried about nothing. And it's just like
um,
you're doing all this crap. You're doing all this crap just to be second best. You're doing all this crap and all this damage to your ego.
but
You're doing all this
this
damage to
is
your
this
incredible
is
career just to be second best.
I know people don't like to accept losing or accept coming in second place. I I'm if there's somebody that is competitive on this podcast, you can say I'm the most competitive. But this is one competition that he knows that is done, man. Because I'm a Cristiano fan, bro.
Then say that. Then say you missed your opportunity. Say, but don't be like, oh, it's only 6 or 7 games. Argentina, they can win it. Like they've won it so many times, it really doesn't mean much to them. The streets were packed when Messi won the World Cup. Nations held their breath when
Of
when
course,
when.
man.
Nah, man. Nah, man. As a person,
Eh?
as a person who was at the hospital for a checkup for my little sister, I had the game on my phone. I had the game on the speakers while I was driving to the hospital. I'm not gonna. It's the disrespect that I just can't. I'm just
No,
done.
it's not. It's not. Because I'm not a Messi fan. I'm not an Argentina fan, but I was rooting for Messi on that World Cup
Man,
because I did not want Colonizate as well.
he was hate watching. He was hate. He was hate watching. He was hate watching.
With that being said, we're gonna talk about the colonizate. We might as well. Real Madrid lost against Liverpool after I came to this podcast last week and analyzed Liverpool and
Talk about some
explained
guy.
to everybody that Liverpool was having a shitty season. And I was gonna come today because I read somewhere because we're trying to figure out what's going on with Salah.
Yep.
I read somewhere that the reason why he was not in form and he wasn't playing with his heart anymore was because he was close with Diego Jota.
He was mourning.
Exactly. So I don't know what was said behind closed door. Maybe they told Salah that Diego Jota will want him to play like the old Salah or what. I don't know. I don't know.
Hmm.
But this Tuesday, was it Tuesday or what? Tuesday? Mohamed Salah woke up. He had one of the best game of the season. Liverpool as a whole look like the Liverpool that I know and love. Meanwhile, Real Madrid looked like they were, because I have something that every time I say that, and she laughs. Yeah, Real Madrid looked like they were dépassés pour les événements. Like these things were too much for them. And if they were not, Courtois, if Courtois was not a goalkeeper, that would have been an easily 6-0 match, 5-0, 6-0 match. Because Courtois made certain save that I was like, bro, are you 18-year old? Like, are you not 30 something? Courtois played like the old
He
Courtois.
was
That
here.
was the
He was
only,
here.
huh?
He was here to play.
He was here to play. That was the only player. That was the only Real Madrid player that showed up.
What message do you have for for your coach?
No, I have some word for my coach. Oh, I have some words for him.
I've been looking forward to this.
First of all,
Mm.
you're gonna play against Liverpool. You're gonna play against Liverpool.
Mm-hmm.
You fucked up with your best players mentally.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I came into this podcast before we took the short break that we took, unfortunately, where I explained to everybody that Vini Junior is a player that if he's not getting consistent minutes, if he doesn't feel like the coach and or the team trusts him, he's not gonna play at a high level.
Mm-hmm.
That substitution against Barcelona, I don't know how much damage that this has done to Vini Junior. And
It was
especially that
frustrating.
I heard when he came back, because remember we're saying, yeah, he went down the tunnel, but he actually came back and celebrated with the team. I heard that he came back because Xabi Alonso sent somebody in there to tell him if he doesn't come back to the bench, he's not gonna play any more minutes. He's gonna be begging for minutes. So he came back against his will. That's one. Me personally, I don't care. I'm not coming back. You can, for all I care, you can sell me today. I'm not coming back. But Vini is a better man than I am, obviously, or maybe I'm a better man than Vini is. It depends on who's looking at it. Um, so he came back against his will. That's one. Two, and his apology. He apologized to the club. He apologized to the players. He apologized to the fans. He never apologized to Zabi. I don't know. A lot of people did it. A lot of people came out and said, "Oh, he apologized." No, he never apologized to Zabi. So that means he still has. There's still this there. So the player obviously is not playing at the level that he can play. So that's all. Because when you look at Vini's stats for that match, that kid Bradley ate him alive. Bradley was Vini and Vini was Bradley.
Man, he was they were shoving him, they were stopping him,
Oh,
they were
come on. Yo,
it was bad.
Bradley outplayed Vini.
It was bad. And the day before, me and all my friends we're like, this is gonna be belt to ass. Liverpool's gonna get smacked. They're not winning this
No,
game.
everybody thought that because
It
Liverpool was losing. Liverpool was literally on a losing streak.
was so bad, bro. It was
But
so
they
bad.
outplayed Real Madrid. Outplayed. I was watching the game and was like, man, look at
I
this.
texted, I texted Marvin's people. I was like, what happened?
And what did I tell you? I
He
said,
said
I have
zombie.
some word for
He
Xabi
said, he
Alonso.
said zombie Alonso.
Who else? Because, Ollie, we played basketball. We love soccer. There's never been in the history of the team, whether it was Michael Jordan on the field, whether it was LeBron James, whether it was Kobe Bryant, whether it was Ronaldo Luis Nazario, whether it was Lionel Messi, it's a team sport. You cannot build a team where if a player doesn't score, the team cannot win.
Mhm.
What happened? They shut down
Mbappe.
Mbappe.
They shut Mbappe down.
Nobody can score.
Mhm.
Vini Jr. is fucked up mentally. I'm not gonna blame him for his performance because they the coach substituted him and fucked up with his mental. When you're a coach, if he was Carlo Ancelotti's Real Madrid, there's no way we lose like that. Because
Cause
Carlo Ancelotti knows how to put a player in confidence.
and this was like the Barca game was like the final straw.
Yo, I need to say this in clear. What's happening there, Zabi?
Exactly.
Whenever Zabi is losing,
Mhm.
c'est les saloué, Rodrigo ka joué à Vini, Rodrigo
Mhm.
ka joué à Mbappé, Rodrigo ka joué à tout le monde ka
Mhm.
joué à tout le monde.
Mhm.
You saw the substitutions, right?
Mhm. Mhm.
But
Mhm.
when nobody's guarding Mbappe and he's scoring all his penalties, he's scoring like his shots. Oh no, we gotta remove Vini to put Rodrigo. We gotta you saw that, right? Because now another thing, you bought Trent Alexander-Arnold from Liverpool. The kid came. Yeah, I know he's coming back from an injury. I probably wouldn't give him a lot of minutes, but I'm starting him in that game because Liverpool has a strong midfield. Why am I starting Valverde as a right back against Liverpool when Trent Alexander-Arnold is back?
I don't know. I don't know. I guess they
Why?
did just. I guess
We
he
need
felt.
Valverde in that midfield. Yes, Valverde is not a playmaker, but Valverde can help in that midfield. You studied Carreras. Carreras is playing. He's not really the most, although he did shut down Lamine Yamal. He's not the most defensive player. And
Mm.
Lamine Yamal did
No,
not
we
get
can't
shut
count
down.
that. We can't count that because you got to add like motivation.
That's where, yeah, no, I was gonna say that, sometimes when you put so much pressure on yourself by yourself, you
Mm-hmm.
underperform. Lamine
Mm-hmm.
Yamal did that to himself.
Mm-hmm.
Because when you come out and say something like this, you already know, because you're reading everything, because you come out a few days before the game and said that, right? You already know everything the press is printing. People are calling you left and right. Yo, Lamine, what did Sanom and so when you get into that field, you get up on it, because if it was back in the days, Epoch, Sergio Ramos,
We
Pepe,
would have gotten killed.
no, Lamine Yamal, no more Achilles for Lamine Yamal.
And we would have seen a red card in the first 3 minutes of the game.
No, no,
Sergio
no.
Ramos.
You will have seen the red card, but Lamine will have been living on the stretcher. Okay?
Sergio
So,
Ramos would have killed him.
okay. Pepe, Sergio Ramos, even in the time, I'm going even deeper. When Yap's time was there, Cannavaro, those guys
Oh,
are killing you.
they would have killed him. They
So
would have killed him.
people are telling you, but I say if you're women, you get those calls. So when you start playing, you're not gonna play at that level. But all week long, you see press notes coming out. Oh, Liverpool is not in form. Liverpool is not good. So, and you know what I feel like, bro? I feel like Xabi Alonso is a coach. Yeah, I know that any coach that is coaching a team, you adjust on the fly. You have to have the ability to adjust on the fly.
Mm-hmm.
But you go on a game with a game plan.
Mm-hmm.
When I say game plan, I mean that at the 67th minute, Showman is coming out, Kamavinga's going in because you need Showman fresh for the next match. Or those that I feel like he has no plan, man. Because the substitution that he made no sense to me whatsoever. First of all, the lineup was wrong. You cannot stall Valverde here. Valverde has to be in the midfield because you're playing Liverpool. For going kick a shot McAllister down. And Chumeni is not performing at that level. And you start Kamavinga on the right, bro. And then after that you make substitution. And then first of all, the formation that is start, the
Was
four,
the
like the
best,
way
man.
the players were
The players were
split out,
wide.
and then the one, it wasn't a good formation for you. Like I feel like Xabi Alonso is still experimenting with the team. He still doesn't
That's
have
what
a
I was
team
gonna
yet.
say to you. It's like because to piggyback off what you said, if word on the street is a team is playing poorly and they're in bad form and they're on a losing streak, wouldn't that be the perfect game for you to start moving shit around and testing
Their
shit?
name, their name is still Liverpool. You're
Ah.
not gonna play Stade de Brest. You're not gonna play what Fika. You're not gonna play Don Bosco de Victorville. You're not gonna play team that did not win a Champions
Mhm.
League.
Yeah.
They know how to win this competition. For example, okay, I hate doing like sports parallel, but it's like I'm not gonna play even if I hear Miami Heat is not in form. I'm not gonna play them with my bench, like my whole, like when I say bench players, with a bunch of two-way players. We're
Mm-hmm.
playing alive.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Their name is still Liverpool. They
Mm-hmm.
still in that Champions League. They still in that championship every freaking year.
Mm-hmm.
They know how to be there.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So.
And you know what's happening with him too? Is doing that Mourinho thing. You're not Jose Mourinho. You're not a coach that took Porto to a Champions League. You're not. You just a former player that had a good season with Bayern Leverkusen, and then people think you are that level of a coach. You are not. He's doing that Mourinho thing when they are playing away. They don't train in the opponent's field.
For that mental edge for that.
What mental edge? What mental edge? You don't even have like a team. Yo, Real Madrid c'est un comme d'azou, on machine qui nous mauvais batterie. Ou va travailler dans matin passer clé al start ou dit merci mon Dieu. Ou pas tout calé pour passer clé à machine pas start. So bro. Pagin can equip. There are no team, and I bet, okay, there are no team that Real Madrid is gonna play against that Vegas give them a competitive win against. Because any team can beat Real Madrid, bro. And now they came out and say that next season, next summer, Vini is going. They selling Vini, which is what I've been praying
Which is
for
what you've been praying for. That you were begging for Vinny to leave because you felt he faced too
on
much
his own.
disrespect
I
on
was
his own.
begging for him to leave on his own,
On his
but
own.
he loves Real Madrid so much. I'm glad that because yo guys, and this is something that you have to apply to your own life. When you're not wanted somewhere, you have to be able to live on your own. So back as before you have made the earlier, because you are not wanted. And
Mm-hmm.
now is the rumors are saying that Guardiola is begging for him to come to City. So guys, next season look how I'm now my City. Just saying.
He's lying. He's
Just saying.
lying. He's lying. He
Just
lies.
saying.
He's
All
lying.
right.
He's
So
lying. He will not. He
so
will not have a Man City kit. He's lying.
just saying.
No, he's lying.
My guy goes to City.
Yeah, your guy went
I
to
will
Al
now my
Nasir and
City.
started talking bullshit, and you ain't saying that.
So I don't you I just don't know, man. I just don't know. Um I only thing I know, I can tell the Real Madrid fans like me that don't get your hopes up. They're not gonna fire Xabi Alonso because he's giving their star boy minutes, and that's what Florentino Perez want. He's working the team for Kylian Mbappe to put MC Calories in the net, and that's what Florentino Perez want. As long as Mbappe is winning Serie A for them, that was a successful transfer, successful trade, or whatever it was. Because I don't get it, man. I really, yeah, this is what pisses me off. When it comes to first sushi natin, if I see natin Mbappe Bolivini, plusieurs fois, and now he came out, he went on a thing. I was listening to that and I was laughing, bro. He went on an interview and he explained that the reason why he did not come to Madrid many times. Every time he gave this word, he went back on his word. It was because of his younger brother. Because his younger brother was signed by PSG. So he wanted his brother to get those opportunities. And it's like even when he went, when he said yes, he was coming free, and he went, and even when PSG was, because the season before he went to Madrid, PSG knew he was going. Mbappe was a bench warmer. Like recently they couldn't keep him to Subban. Like he was on the bench. They were playing like when they really were in dire situation. So it's like even when they were doing that, the fact that he wanted his younger brother to still be in PSG because his Real Madrid dream was his younger brother playing for PSG was his dream, was Ethan's dream. Ethan never wanted to play for any club but PSG. But Mbappe said to him he always wanted to play for Madrid. But he's like, he was willing to put his Madrid dream aside for Ethan. I call bullshit.
I don't. Mbappe's a pretty like he like outside of frustrating play at times. He means well.
He means
He mean
well.
he means
You
well.
know, you know what young player has an ego as big as Cristiano Ronaldo?
Mbappe.
Okay, man.
But but he means well though from the standpoint of like how do I say this?
Family.
I don't know. Yeah. Like he like it's not the same.
Okay. I mean, hey,
I
I
don't
call
know.
bullshit. You probably think that is being legit. I don't.
Yeah.
I don't because he's like the only reason he went to Madrid is because he spoke to Ethan and told Ethan that listen, if it means that much to you, I'm not doing anything. I was like, no, I don't like the way they treated you. You should go. You should go. And he actually left. So hey,
I mean, hey, kudos to the man. You know, he has his council, he has his people. You know what I'm saying?
well, Ethan is no longer at PSG. He's playing for Lille now.
Well,
Maybe he should. Maybe he's pushing Vinicius out so Ethan can come play for Madrid.
I see. I call bullshit on that because
I don't
you've
know.
been begging for Vinicius. You've been begging for Vinicius to leave
No,
on
no,
his
no, no,
own.
no. I'm joking
You
because
joke. I know you're
he
joking,
actually.
but
You know why I'm joking?
uh,
He actually has a good relationship with Vini.
they have a great relationship with each other.
He actually, and that made me respect Mbappe 0.0001% more. But listen, guys, this is where we're gonna end the podcast because I gotta go. I have a commitment that I have to go to. This guy's next Sunday when I come over, I'll have more takes for you about Real Madrid because this is the season where I'm gonna be on Zabi Alonso's ass, guys. I know he's not gonna hear me, but shit, I'm gonna be on his ass.
I
I
think this season.
promise.
I think, guys. I think this season I'm going to be chilling. You know what I'm saying? After this Cristiano thing, I think I don't think I'm going to be too mad for the rest of the year. I think I'm okay. You know, Miami's doing all right. I think I'm good this year, people.
Oh, I'm good when it comes to the Niners. I'm good when it comes to the Lakers. I'm still good when it comes to Real Madrid, but I'm against Zabi Alonso's ass. I promise.
Oh my gosh! All right, man. Thank you all for rocking with us. You know this far. We appreciate you guys dearly. You know what I'm saying?
You already
Like,
know the
comment,
vibes.
share, subscribe. Helps us out a ton. You know, hey, if you're a Madrid fan who supports Zabi Alonso, why?
I want to see you.
How?
Bro, request to be on the podcast. I want to talk to you.
You know,
Please.
and
Please.
if you're
Text
an
me.
Mbappe fan, you know, talk to this
You can
man.
be an Mbappe fan. Yeah, you can be an Mbappe fan
Talk
because,
to this man.
yo, I don't want to talk to no more Mbappe fan. It's fine. If you support Zabi Alonso as a coach,
That's a coach.
please reach out.
Reach out.
DM. I will add you on that episode because I need a conversation.
And you know, as always, you know what I'm saying. Thoughts and prayers to the Kneeland family of the Dallas Cowboys, and
Yeah.
keep stacking days and take care of your mental health. Man, health is wealth. Mental health is riches. You know, so
Yep.
you know, take care of that, people.
All right. We'll catch you on the next one, man. All right, guys. Peace out.
Peace.